Okay, at this point you've reached the Crawly Caterpillar Observation Lab. Now the instructions are going to go on page 15, which is my side. This that you're going to see is kind of a general overview of what you're going to put on your side, which is going to be page 14. This is our Caterpillar Lab analysis. I won't be showing this for every particular lab, but since this is early in the year, I want to make sure that I show you guys kind of how the labs are going to be set up for the year and what the expectations are. All right, first of all, you hopefully have read the directions and you know that you must take extreme care. We are using small caterpillars, so you must be very, very gentle with them. They are very fragile. Now, when you go to do your observations or your analysis over here, you're going to see just follow the directions. The directions I gave you have everything you need. You just need to put it together on this side. The directions do include having a data table. Now, you can put the data table on the left side, you can put it on the right side, but somewhere on your analysis page should be a data table. You could do it like this. This is just one example. I did qualitative here, quantitative here. That's what the data table is supposed to be about, your qualitative and quantitative observations. Some students will put them this way. They'll go horizontal instead of vertical. But the directions did say for 3 qualitative and 3 quantitative good ones. Make sure you're descriptive. You can't just say, it looks cool. That doesn't work, all right? You can't say it's colorful. You must be very, very descriptive in your details. Same with quantitative. Make sure that you count, you measure. Don't forget your units. If you're measuring length, make sure you have centimeters down. So again, I'm going to be very picky here, so make sure you're following the directions. Next, you're going to need a sketch. Again, sketch doesn't have to go here. You could put the sketch over here or down at the bottom. But your sketch, you'll want to use detail. Color pencil only. That's the only thing that's permitted. Use a ruler, that should say R there. Use a ruler to measure. It's really good to have an exact measurement on the page too. So again, if the caterpillar's on your hand, you should show your hand in the background with the caterpillar on it. If it's on a leaf, you should show the leaf in the background. If it's on the black desk, the background should be black. Again, be specific with your details and what you're coloring. Next, lab questions. Some labs, we might only have 1 question. Some labs, there might be 5 or 6 questions. But every time you have lab questions, you always restate the question. Always answer all parts of the question as well, because a lot of my questions have 2 parts, and some students forget the second part. So again, always go back and double check your questions. Write nice and neat so I can read them. Do the best to your ability. Finally, lab conclusions. Every lab will have a lab conclusion. Now for this lab, it's a little bit different because a lot of our labs will have hypotheses that we're testing. This one doesn't have a hypothesis, so we're not going to be saying whether we proved it or disproved it. But for most lab conclusions, what you want to write is a summary of your findings. And I mean good summaries, 4 to 6 quality sentences. Tell me what you learned. Don't tell me what you did. Tell me what have you learned in the experiment. Did you prove or disprove your hypothesis and how you went about it? Now, of course, this one doesn't have a hypothesis, so we won't need to worry about that. Start off with always in conclusion or I learned that. Every time you do your conclusions, in conclusion, blah, blah, blah. I learned that, blah, 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 blah. Again, make sure if there's things that you would change or things that you would do differently, this is where you put it in the conclusion. All right? That's our first lab observation. Hopefully this will help you. All right, see you guys.